Nation of Fit in 10, welcome to day 60, and we have got 10 days to go. Can you believe this? Tomorrow we get into the single digits. Little over a week, well, a week and a half. 1/7 of the challenge. If you say 1/7 of the challenge, it still seems like there's a decent amount there. Every day counts, and every day is a chance to make improvements, okay? So I want you to keep going, and I want you to be as rigid and as strict as you can be. I will say, I think, personally, I've been the easiest in this challenge, to be honest with you. I've been a little bit easier on people, but I feel like maybe, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. So I might go back to my harder self next challenge. Today's food, okay, sweet treat, is honey. Okay, now this is raw honey. So this means it shouldn't be heated, and it's not pasteurized. Basically, there's been nothing done to it. So what is that? Why is that good? Well, it keeps a lot of the naturally occurring antioxidants and nutraceutical properties like bee pollen or bee propolis that you'll find in honey. It's all here still. So I bought this one, I actually found this one tonight, and this was, I've not seen this. Very good price, by the way. It's raw honey. This was $10 for a kilo at Safeway. And I kind of like it too because it's less plastic, and you can really just, cut the end of it and put it into whatever container you want to put it into. But this is an awesome sweet treat because it's got some good minerals in here. I won't say it's packed with vitamins and minerals because it's not, but it does have a decent amount of minerals. And as I mentioned, it does have a really good amount of other nutraceuticals, other antioxidants that you will not get in regular honey, okay? Or you'll get definitely a lot less, okay? So check out raw honey. Sorry, did I say where I got this? Safeway, corner of King Ed and Oak Street. Great sweet treat. You can have it in smoothies. You can put it in yogurt. You can put it in tea and coffee. You can have it on toast. You can have it on rice cakes. You can have it with nut butter. You can put it into recipes. You can put it on your oatmeal. If you add some nuts and maybe perhaps even a little bit of oatmeal, you don't even need it. Just crushed nuts, yogurt, and some honey. It tastes like granola with yogurt. It's really, really good, okay? So if you're looking for some sweetness in your life, get some raw honey. All right, questions. Let's do this. Okay, so I read this person's questions yesterday, so let's move along. Same person. Is there anything you'd like me to cover in this week's video series? I am loving my progress and I want to keep going after 10 weeks. Do you offer other programs or online classes once this program is over? Yes, we do. We have online classes. We can do programming for if you want to train in the gym, on your own. We give nutritional guidance, everything. What would be some good things to focus on after the program to continue? Apologies if you already covered this. I'm catching up on videos at the moment. Okay, so, well, it really depends what you want to continue with. So if, for example, let's just say you still want to lose some body fat, well, then we might continue on that route, depending on how well you did in the challenge. Generally speaking, if you've done super well in the challenge, if you met your target, I'll usually say, let's maybe wean you off a bit. Let's up your calories, and let's maybe focus on more resistance-based training. If you didn't do really well in the challenge, I would say, well, let's keep going and let's keep working with the macros that were sent out through the challenge. If you wanted to, for example, focus on muscle gain, which, did I read that you said that? Oh, that's part of your second question because I did read these. All right. So you had mentioned that you want to gain some muscle as well. If that is a main focus, if that is a priority for you, then we would definitely look at increasing your calories a little bit more and then really focusing on heavy training. And in this case, I would, if this is a serious goal of yours, I would suggest that you go and you do some heavy weight training. Okay, not do the classes. The classes are great, for general fitness, for improving your strength. If you're not doing any kind of resistance-based training, or if you just want to maintain your strength. But once you've done them for a while, if you're really serious about building up your strength significantly, then we really have to push some heavier weights. How do you calculate how many macros to eat? Okay, well, it really depends on what your goals are. Okay, and there are different ways to do it. Really, I think the best question maybe to ask is how do you calculate your calories? And then from there, we can calculate your macros. I'll give you something very simple here. Calculate your calories. I know I'm not giving you an answer on how to calculate your calories. Generally speaking, depending on the amount of calories you're eating, somewhere between 20 and 30% of your calories are going to go towards protein. Okay, so if you have high calories, you can put less. You could have less protein. Okay, so you could have, lower percentage of calories from protein. So for example, let's just say your calories were higher, whatever that number is. Right now, I think you're having somewhere around 15 or 1600 calories. So let's say we had you having 2000 calories, and right now you're having 30% protein. I would take your protein down percentage-wise, because your calories are higher, so we don't need as much protein. Percentage-wise, we don't. And arguably, your guys' protein is still, in my opinion, still relatively on the lower end of the high end. Okay, there's still room to improve it. From there, we calculate your protein. So let's say we put 20% of calories going towards protein, let's just say for argument's sake, 2000 calories. And the rest we could split depending on numerous factors. Okay, so what other activities are you doing? Are you going through PMS? Are you premenopausal, perimenopausal? That will have some bearing. What do you like to eat? This has some bearing because this is important. If you are somebody who really enjoys fat sources, then maybe we'll give you a little more fat. If you're somebody who really enjoys carbohydrates and more volume of food, then maybe we give you a little more carbohydrates. It's still important to get both in your diet, but we could put more emphasis on one or the other. I think you probably heard me say by now, and I won't get into the weeds too much about this, but if you follow a diet that is 2000 calories, and let's use the same example, 20% is protein and let's say 80% is fat, and 0% carbohydrates, or you do 20% protein and you did 80% carbohydrates and 0% fat, which I would never recommend, especially would not recommend that, but let's just say you did, you would not really see a difference, okay? You most likely would not really see a difference. And if you did see a difference, it wouldn't be a dramatic difference, okay? So, I'll talk a little bit more tomorrow about how to calculate your calories, okay? But there are some great calculators online which can help you to determine your BMR, and then in addition to that, how much exercise you do, and it'll give you a calorie amount. But you could just stick with me, and I can help you with that as well. Okay, I'll talk about calorie estimations tomorrow more so. Okay. All right. Message of the day. I don't want to make this video too long. Message of the day: what you stay focused on will grow, or what you stay focused on will improve, or what you stay focused on is just going to get better and better and better and better. The more you focus on it, the more time you spend on it, the more you try, the better off you will be. I guarantee you. Okay? And I want you guys to really focus the last 10 days and try to eat real whole foods. This is a game changer, okay? You're going to be eating foods that are more accurate in terms of macronutrients, and I think, well, I know that you'll be eating less calories if you do that. You just will. You will eat less calories if you eat more real whole food. You will. Okay? So focus on real whole foods exclusively. This, by the way, would be one of them. All right? I was, just at Safeway tonight, I think I already mentioned that. But I was looking, generally when I go in, I just buy what I need and I get out. But today I was going up and down the aisles and looking, and there is just so much junk. So much junk. We really got to do ourselves a favor and just think about eating basic. Honestly, eat basic. You'll be better off for it. May not happen overnight, but one sure way of helping you, one sure way of decreasing your cravings is to get enough protein, enough calories from real whole foods. Those are the two major things. And you will, if you build yourself up over time doing this, you keep working at it, you will find that you will crave all the junk that you used to crave, you will not crave anymore. Ask anybody who's gotten themselves in this type of position, okay, where they've worked towards eating more real whole food, more protein, eating more of a, for lack of better words, a clean diet. They do not have cravings anymore, okay? And just to emphasize that, when I do give myself a treat anytime, I notice that the next day, when I do give myself a treat, well, I guess that's more dieting really. Anyways, sometimes I do notice that my cravings might be up just a little bit if I have something the day prior, okay? Get yourself on a good regime. Real whole foods, good protein, and focus on that. Positive energy, positive vibes. Believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude. And I'll talk to you tomorrow as we head into the final 10 days, which is crazy, right? Final 10 days.